Welcome to World at Work TV. I'm Allison Avalos, and I'm joined today by Kimberly Hinrichsen of U.S. Bank. Kimberly, you recently undertook an ICM implementation. What were some of the lessons learned?
One of the things I'd really like to have people focus on is their data. It really takes a lot to get your data out of your various systems, and us being a bank, we have various protocols and processes that we really need to follow very strictly, because as we're a bank, you know that we have very strict rules on our data and who can see it, who can't see it, what kind of data you can see, and all that takes time to get that data out of your systems. We have over 2,000 systems in our bank, so just to get all of our data out of those various systems, it takes a lot of time and effort and research to see where that data is coming from, what kind of data we need, and just to make sure that you get it right and get it tested and retested with the business line that needs that data to make sure that you get the right information coming in. Because of course, if you don't get the right information coming in, you're not going to get the right information coming out on the back end. Communication is a really big key. We have over 100 plus incentive plan managers and administrators across our company. It's a very decentralized process right now, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring in the system and have one centralized system, but we're still keeping the incentive plan managers and administrators out in the business line and have them decentralized. So that's the approach that we're taking, and those people need to get in and they need to test with us, and they need to retest with us, and they need to convey how their incentive plans work and how they know their incentive plans to be, and all their little idiosyncrasies with their plans. So there's got to be really good communication with whoever is administering your incentive plans, and just so we can make sure and get all that logic in the system correctly. And which that seems like that would be something that people would just say, well, yeah, duh, you really need to do that. But it's really kind of one of the things that we found with this system is that it really doesn't. You test and you retest, and I guess that expectation wasn't there. But they just thought they could go in, they could test, it'd be done, and bing, bang, boom, it's done, and it's all good. Well, I mean, we've had to test and retest and retest and retest some areas where something was right one day, and then something else was wrong, and you fix whatever was wrong, and then you have to retest what was right before. And so the regression testing is something that I guess I didn't really do a very good job of communicating, because I guess I didn't really even realize it wasn't going to take that long as well. So I guess communicating with them and setting realistic expectations with them is a really big key. And this is a really great time when you're moving to a one centralized system. We have people out there that were really in Excel, Access, manual back of the napkin calculations for one of the ones, some of them that are really easy and simple to do. They just have a really quick spreadsheet they do. But it was very decentralized across the company. And so the reason we're doing it is so we can get corporate-wide reporting and compliance, all intact, because of course we have the Fed and the OCC. Since we're a bank, they're looking at us all the time, and they want to know all this information all the time. And so that's why we're doing this. And so what we really need to do is we needed to get some efficiency in our processes as well. So this is a really good time to take a look at your processes, fix what was out there, because they're doing everything manually. Once we can bring in the data and have that go from system to system, which is what we're doing in every case, versus somebody going out there and pulling data from one of our internet reports or intranet reports. It really can clean up a lot of your manual processes that you have.
Did the new system allow you to reduce the number of full-time incentive administrators?
Well, this isn't just a technology decision for us. Our main reason for doing this is for compliance and corporate-wide reporting and things like that. So we just want to have a better process and a better system. We have hundreds of people that are incentive administrators and managers, and you know, at the end of the day, they're probably, you know, we are a very efficient and lean company when it comes to FTE. So we don't just have a bunch of people sitting around, not saying everybody else does, but we don't have a lot of people just sitting around and twiddling their thumbs and that's all they're doing all day is incentive administration. We have people that, you know, and all of the people that I've come across so far, in the 25% of the plans that we've already implemented, they've had about, you know, they've had like about 10 other hats that they wear during the day. My thought and my take on this is if we can alleviate some of the pressure on them because they're always running, trying to, you know, get everything in their week and hit a payroll deadline, you know, I guess if we can alleviate some of the pressure and they don't have to do what I'd call the grunt work, you know, trying to pull all the data together and do all the manual processes that they're currently having to do, that can alleviate some time for them. To be able to, you know, either work on the other projects that they have on their plate already, or, you know, they have, you know, better, you know, some more time that they can use to analyze what they are working on. We do have some areas, yes, that have, I mean, it is their full-time job just to be an incentive administrator. Well, I guess what I'd say about them is they're really, in the areas like our retail world. So they have thousands of people that they're calculating an incentive for. So yeah, we'll get rid of the manual processes and we'll have, you know, data's going from system to system so they don't have to do any of the manual processes anymore and calculations. But I guess what I see this as, they're going to be able to spend more time on the customer service end for those people because at the end of the day, the payees still have to call in. They're still going to have questions. They still need to have somebody to be able to talk to about, you know, why is this calculated like this? Why does this look like this? I needed an adjustment for this. You know, they're going to have something like that that they need to, somebody to talk to about all that. And when it gets into those bigger groups of payees, I'd say your customer service is going to go up for those people because they're probably going to get reports that they've never seen before. So right out of the gate, they're going to have a lot of questions and a lot of things going on. So they'll spend their time doing that, and then they can hopefully use their time also to do some, you know, analysis. Is this the right thing that we're doing with this plan? And they can be more of an analyst versus just hurry up and, you know, a data processor and get this work done and you know, and get it out the door and get it to payroll on time.
You talked about the need for more time to get data out of the system and also for testing. What other advice would you give to those who are taking on this type of implementation?
You know, I'd say just get someone involved that's maybe done it before. You know, there's a lot of vendors out there that you could tap into that have done this implementation. They kind of know the ins and the outs of the system, and they can kind of help guide you through that and help you build a roadmap that can help you get through all that. But you just need to spend a lot of time with them and make sure they understand your business. You know, yes, they bring in their experience, but then you also have to make sure that you know your business so you can, you know, communicate that well with them and get through that.
Thanks, Kimberly. That's great advice and an interesting case study. For World at Work TV, I'm Allison Avalos.